time for a special announcement.
We're less than 3 weeks away from the launch of the Switch and Zelda, and our hype cannot be contained. So if you haven't entered our Nintendo Switch giveaway yet, do so by clicking the link in the description below. Also, if we reach 85,000 subscribers by the launch on March 3rd, we'll give away this 10-inch Link statue from First Four Figures. Remember, Europeans, you don't get this sweet-looking thing until May, so enter to win.
Hello everyone, Commonwealth Realm here with another Breath of the Wild news update. Today we'll be looking at some news from yesterday and today, as both Game Informer and Nintendo of Japan has been dropping some spills for us in the last couple of hours. And our first story is from yesterday, as Nintendo of Japan posted a specific video detailing some more gameplay from the Great Plateau, as well as some footage found from outside of the plateau. And this one included this interesting footage of Link in the middle of a lightning storm wearing a metallic or steel knight armor. So we see that these metallic armors and objects will attract lightning and potentially even kill our hero. Also, another thing that was shown from it was the complexity of many of the enemies, including the bokoblins, how they are able to hunt after, say, boars, or how they have a daily rhythm of activity. They sleep at night, they work at day. It's a really interesting sequence that lasts around 3 minutes. The link is in the description below. Go on and check it out. It got some shield surfing, it got some gameplay outside of the plateau, and some really nice footage from the Great Plateau, showing a little bit more diverse side of the plateau, such as what is the difference between activities at day and activities at night. So that is something we have also been pointing out, that NPCs and especially enemy NPCs are very dynamic in Breath of the Wild. Speaking about the Great Plateau, the Facebook fan page of The Legend of Zelda published another screenshot from the game, which contains of a mole wearing a lot of bags, a basket, and a traveler equipped with a shield, a sword, walking around in what could be a Hyrule field, doesn't necessarily have to rule. This was a rather interesting screenshot, but apart from it, there's not that much to talk about. It looks like an open, rather deserted field. Over to our next news story. And that's the Game Informer exclusive, which is all about Zelda's storytelling this time around. Miyamoto repeated talking about how story and narrative elements are not that important in Zelda games, which Eiji Aonuma to some degree disagrees about. But he is also pointing out that there are different twists when it comes to the storytelling in Breath of the Wild. And I would believe that one of those twists will probably be that some of the story will be told in retrospect. I will say that we'll be learning slowly about event that happened in the past, since you will not be able to tell a linear story approach with the unlinear nature to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So I'm really looking forward to see how they solve this matter and how the story of the past events will differ from the events in present times. Especially since you can skip a ton of the story, since of the non-linear nature, you can go almost immediately to Calamity Ganon. There's a way to avoid all of these cutscenes, so it's hard to tell how they will fix this, and I think the story of the past will have a lot to say about this, that you not necessarily need that story, but it will probably combine both events from the past and present. Really looking forward to what Eiji Aonuma has in mind when it comes to the storytelling in Breath of the Wild. Our final news story of the day is a little bit more of a minor one. It's that Nintendo of Japan has launched 3DS themes for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is a little bit odd since the game is not coming out to the 3DS, but then again, Nintendo is trying to push over some more people from the Nintendo 3DS over to the Nintendo Switch. So it makes a lot of sense to promote Zelda on other hardware, on other platforms as well. Most of those screenshots are definitely not new. We see that it got the cover art, the Japanese American cover art of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as one of the 3DS themes. It got the Life in the Ruins fabric found in the trailer as one of the themes, along with the concept art from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, such as Zelda, Link, the Bokoblins, the Guardians, and so on. It's really interesting that Nintendo has taken to the steps of making specific themes for the 3DS when it comes to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It would be really interesting to see if they had something similar on the Nintendo Switch itself when it comes to the UI, because the UI looks really clean, but having a Zelda theme would be really great. Apart from that, I don't think there's that much to talk about today, guys. It's been a rather dry day after the large expansion pass blowout yesterday, but we will be back with another Breath of the Wild news update tomorrow with whatever Nintendo brings, whatever Game Informer brings, or whatever other sources brings about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So until then, make sure to enter our Nintendo Switch giveaway, and if we reach 85,000 subscribers before the launch of Nintendo Switch and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we will give away a first 4 figures Breath of the Wild Link statue and a copy of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Until then, this was the Commonwealth Realm, and we will see you girls and guys tomorrow.